Thank you very much. This is the end of Unit 1.1. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Unit 1.2 of ICT. Now, in this unit, we will see that what is data and what is information. A data is some facts. Data are some facts that are presented to you. It may not be necessary that you will need that information or you need that data. Okay? A data can be anything that exists. You know that you have a computer. It is a data. Okay? This is a data that you have a computer. Information is a thing that you analyze something, you process something from the data and present it in a manner that will benefit you or that will provide you some information that you can use. Okay, so for example, if you have a computer, that is a data for you, that is a data for myself, that you have a computer. What you can do with your computer, or if I say that using this computer you can prepare documents, now that is some information. Okay, so you need to be very careful about this differences, that what is a data and what is information. A data is unorganized facts, some data that is in raw form. Okay, some different type of text. I will send you some 3 or 5 types of text. It will be a data for you. You don't know what it belongs to. But if I say that the first text that I sent you is a clip from a book, so it's a novel, it's a fiction, so you will know that what it stands for, what is it is providing. If you want to read a novel, you can have a look at the text one that I sent you. Okay, if I sent you some images, okay, there will be some images of roadside, for example, but you will not sure what I am trying to do with it. Now, if I present you with the information that these images are from some accident that happened at some roadside, now that will provide you information that there's an accident that happened on the Karsaz road or somewhere in Karachi. So, so that is the difference between data and information. Now, what we need to do, that we need to process that information or process data so it can provide some information, some useful information to you. We have already seen that what computers were used in the 1980s and what computers are we using right now. So it is important to know the differences of all these computers. So how we divide the advancement of computers, that we divide them in such a way that each development, each major advancement has been categorized into a new generation. So there are 4 or 5 generations of computers. The very first generation that we see was between 1946 and 1957. It was based on vacuum tubes. If you see that a piston, how a piston works, a piston will fire up if you provide it some with liquid, some gas, or some inflammable thing that can pressurize it into its open state. Okay, and if we release that gas, if we release that liquid from that piston, it will compress. So that piston, that single piston, can represent a single bit in computers, a 0 or a 1, pressed or unpressed, pressurized or unpressurized. These are the 2 states of a vacuum tube. Now they were first used in the computers, but they were enormously huge. You need a very large type of warehouse in order to accommodate a single first generation computer. They require a lot of electricity because of the vacuum tubes. You know that it will require much electricity to charge them up, to pressurize them up, and it will obviously generate extraordinary heat because of the pressure, because of the gas that is present in it. So they were named as ENIAC and UNIVAC. UNIVAC is the Universal Automatic Computer, and ENIAC ENIAC is Electrical Numerical Integrator and Computer. After that, they advancement came in a form of transistor. A transistor is an electronic device. It's a very small device that can be turned on or turned off electronically. So if we present it with some volts, if we send some current to it, it will change its state to open or close depending on how the current is applied. So a transistor also can be used as a switch or as a bit that has two states, 0 and 1. So if a transistor is closed, it can be termed as 0. If a transistor is open, it can be termed as 1, or vice versa as well. Okay, so the advancement of transistors becomes or provided a huge difference as compared to the first generation of computers. They were smaller in size, obviously not smaller that right now we have, but it was very small as compared to the first generation due to less resources that are required. It was very cheaper because transistor is a very small device. It doesn't cost that much uh, as a vacuum tube can be. Okay, and they were more reliable because there were no hinges, there were no physical movement of things. Because if anything relies on the physical movement of things, it can stuck, it can generate error because they were the power through current, so they were more reliable. How we used to input data on them, we use two types of methods. One is the punch card and second is the magnetic tape. Magnetic tape is like a ring of magnetic data that resembles the VHC tapes of the 90s. And punch card is close resemblance to the piano roll that we see. That has some lines and some dots in between. Those were the punch cards that were used to provide some data to the computer. Third generation is the one that came between 1964 to 1970s. It uses integrated circuits or ICs. What ICs is? ICs were the smaller package of transistors. So thousands of transistors were packaged into a very smaller part of circuitry, that is an IC or integrated circuit. And that was the generation where keyboard and monitors were introduced because they were much easier to operate. They were much easier to input the data, and monitor keeps you updated without giving you a printout. So this was the third generation, and now that we are using is the fourth generation. It uses microprocessor, or a processor that we already know that is the main brain of a computer. It uses all the data and process it into some information. Okay, the first fourth generation computer was IBM PC or Apple Macintosh. They were launched in the early 1980s. It uses keyboards as well. It use monitors. It can be attached to some printers, and it also support different type of mouse. And other input devices were also invented uh, in the 1990s, and even in if today. There are so many input devices that we are seeing today. If we can see that a hands gestures is an input device, a touch screen is an input device. Okay, so these are the things. A VR headset is an output device. Okay, so we are totally right now inventing these type of different interactivity based devices for human beings. For storage, it uses magnetic disk, flash memory that we are using right now, optical disk for storage. These were the CDs and DVDs that we used to purchase from the shops. Okay. Now, the fifth generation or the future of computers. Now, future is not very defined, but we know that it will be based on quantum physics, because right now the processor has been so smaller that it cannot be further um, reduced from the current state. So it is very difficult. So what scientists are doing right now, that they are moving from conventional physics to the quantum physics. So a quantum or a quanta is a very smaller part of an atom. You know that atom is the most smallest part of a matter, but or the nucleus or the electron is the most smaller part. But quantas are much smaller than a single electron, and these are the energy states. Now these are the things that scientists are focusing for the fifth generation. There are some computers that are based on quantum physics, but they are not available for the public right now. Okay, so what they will use, they will, although it is not um, decided that what type of input they will use, but it will be much natural, like talking to a person. So it will use a voice input, for example. Okay, it will use nanotechnology. Nanotechnology means we will go from a very small, we will go for like a transistor, right? Transistor was a big thing. Okay, transistor was like a nail of your hand, or your finger. Now nanotechnology is a particle that is smaller than a piece of atom. Okay, so that was all for the unit 1.2. Thank you very much, Rafal.